How will Barcelona line up against Inter Milan in the second leg of the Champions League semifinals? Hansi Flick's possible 11 for Tuesday's big game. Barcelona will look to book a spot in the Champions League final for the first time in a decade as they travel to Italy to face Inter Milan in the second leg of their semifinal tie. The first leg was a wild contest that ended in a 3-3 draw in the Catalan capital and left everything to be decided at San Siro. And the atmosphere there should be all kinds of crazy as the two sides fight for a spot in the title match. Here's how we think Hansi Flick will line up his troops for Tuesday's battle. Flick made 9 changes to his starting lineup and got all 3 points against Real Valladolid at the weekend, resting several of his key stars to have them as close to fresh as possible for what could be a 120-minute war. There are major questions surrounding the defense, with Jules Kounde ruled out through injury and Alejandro Balde's status still uncertain as of this writing. So we think Flick will stick with the back four that played most of the second half last week, with Eric García at right back, Ronald Araujo and Cubarsí in the middle, and Iñigo Martínez at left back. If there are many doubts surrounding the defense, there are no such questions regarding the midfield trio. Frenkie de Jong and Pedri each rested for 45 minutes at the weekend and should be fresh to go the distance in this one. And Dani Olmo also played very little against Valladolid to make sure he's at his best for this one. Fermin Lopez and Gavi can provide much-needed energy in the second half and/or extra time, but they won't be starting in Milan. Lamine Yamal played just a little over 50 minutes and Rafinha only played in the second half at the weekend, while Ferran Torres was rested for the entire game against Valladolid, so Flick can count on his front three to be pretty fresh and ready to be decisive in Italy and lead Barca to Munich. Robert Lewandowski could have minutes in the second half, but the Pole is unlikely to start even if he makes the squad.